Hello and welcome back to On the Map Challenge Survival 4X. I had hoped to come back with a little montage of selling our corn, but unfortunately our corn prices have changed. It is now not worth selling until June, July time. So rather than just waste the winter, as you can see behind me, I've cut down all the trees that remain in that plot of land I want to clear, and I am going to spend the rest of December, January, and probably a chunk of February clearing away and chipping these trees. So I shall probably see you in March. Let's jump in, let's go. Before we go any further, I just want to roll you back a little bit. Has anyone else had any issues recently since game update, or with this particular mod, or on this map? Because I keep getting, and I've shown it in a few episodes, I keep getting machinery reset and move around the map. Now, I've come in, we left off with a worker ploughing, and I'd done everything else, and nothing else was going on. I've loaded back in, I'll cycle through my vehicles, where I left them, and then, this is the state that it's in, and where my Deutz is, and it's also slowly creeping across the map. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It also says it's got the water trailer attached to it, and it clearly hasn't. It's laying on its side underneath the map with everything trying to detach, and this is how it loaded in. So I don't know, anyone else having these sort of issues, or is it just me? Let me know in the comments. Let's get back on with the episode. So, as is often the case, we are coming back earlier than I initially planned. Turns out I have no concept of time, the length of time it takes to do jobs, and I can still never remember when is planting season for what crop. Also, I don't know what machinery we tend to use. Now, I've had a little look at our crop calendar in my downtime, and we were going to put like peas or beans in our little field around the back of our new farmhouse. The machinery to do that, like to harvest it, there's still only the large Oxbow machines at the minute, I believe. I might have a little look in the mod hub and see if there's anything different, but at the minute I think that's all there is. And they're like 500,000 each. So if I'm going to have, plus they're big, this is more the point, they're big. So there's no point in me doing a little field of peas or green beans and then having to fork out an absolute fortune to harvest it and then make no money in the sale. So I'm going to put probably green beans or peas in this field, which I believe will, if it's green beans, it will require the planter. So the top half of this field would need cultivating. This bottom half has been ploughed and rolled, but we'll give it a cultivate as well, since we're going to do the whole field. I'll get this cultivated, and then what I'll look to do is in March, I think it'll be March, no, in April, we'll be able to plant green beans or peas in here, but in March I'll be able to plant some sunflowers in the little field around the back of our house and in the field that we had corn in. So we'll be able to do something with that land, make good use of it. So since this is going to take a while, I want to. Oh, we've got more dead trees. I've got every winter we get more dead trees. That they're there. Yeah, it throws me every time I see them. It's going to take a while. I'm going to shut up. We'll crack on with this just so we can try and get as much in this episode as possible. There's more chat to come. Things have been happening, and yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. But I'll just get this done, get on with this, and then we'll do some other things, shall we? Maybe a little time lapse. So we are now into March. It's already 11:30 today. Been fiddling around with some things. Some things aren't going as planned, but I did cultivate the small field, and I've cultivated the field that I'm now going to go plant some sunflowers in. Now, a little while ago, so yesterday, let's just put the time back to how it should be. The day was running away from me. I was faffing about with something. Right, so we're back on ×5. Yeah, I said earlier that I was going to put green beans in a field and sunflowers, and then it tweaked on me after I'd finished doing all my cultivating and stuff. I was going to put the vegetable crops, rotate them in the small field, so I'll still do that. So it'll be like red beets, parsnips and carrots. They will be the 3 rotated for now in that little field down by the house. Oh, I need to go and get, driven past it, I need to go and get some fertiliser and some seeds. Yeah, so I'm still going to plant sunflowers up here, and I'll still try and get green beans in on the big field. Now, something that I've been having issues with, and I did allude to it at the start of the episode, is machinery resetting and doing weird things and going off into strange places. Oh, just dropped me seeds. As I went to go and find this planter, it wasn't where we left it, over here at the top. It was halfway across the map, just sitting randomly out in the middle of nowhere for no reason whatsoever. And also, well, let me just stop the engine while we're having a chat. Also, after I'd reset the Deutz and its forks and everything else in the map, you'll see we still have a tanker, and this tanker is under the ground. If I quickly run to it, as you can see, I'm standing on top of it. Right, so it's there. If I try and reset it, it doesn't move. It's still there. It's still under the ground. So I thought, it's alright. I'll sell it. I'll buy another one. Go into the store. And suddenly I've noticed that quite a few mods aren't turning up in store. When they don't turn up in store, when I buy them, they appear under the map. So that one doesn't appear. So I thought, that's alright, I'll get the Bailey one, that'll fit in with my Bailey trailer. This doesn't appear either. So I tried the base game one, that turns up. I tried this one, that turns up. So I don't know what it is that's now got some mods not turning up. I don't know if, once again, I don't know if anyone else is having this issue. At the minute, it's trailers. I've tried a few other mods and they're turning up fine. So I am going to have to be careful with mods for a little while. Like I said, I don't know why things are just disappearing. So we'll sell that. But as you would have seen, I have replaced it with the Colossal Liquid Trans. I think it's a 5508 or something. Yeah, 5508. Now this obviously has insane capacity abilities as well as its regular. I have upped it a bit because we had a large tanker capacity because it was what I wanted, just to make life easier. So this has 100,000 litres and it is filled and it seems to be working fine, so that's all good. Actually, while we're here as well, we will start the engine, just make sure a little bit of water goes in there and then that'll keep ticking over. So yeah, constant issues. Look at the goats eat lovely. I have brought a few more goats. I checked and there was some for sale that were decent. And we do have a few more sheep. I've brought some of them. We'll have a look at that at some other point. We've got fields to work and I'm already rambling and whatnot. But yeah, the resetting and the spawning, and now I'm losing mods. They're not visible, and when they are, if I buy them, they just don't turn up at the shop. But they appear to be under the map. I don't know what that's about. Do not know. But we're just going to move on from it. I don't know if what sort of conflict it is, or whether things need updating, whether there's something to do with, I don't know, some sort of textury stuff that's going on. It just suddenly started to happen. And obviously they worked before because we have them. Right, let's get this in here. So we've got set on sunflowers. Oh, let's make sure the top is closed. We'll try and find ourselves a spot. And for this, I will want some help with my steering assist. 3 headlands sounds about right. Don't think I'll need to do anything with that. That should be fine. Excuse me. So, get it down, get it on. That's the direction we want to be going in. So, there we are. We'll just head off and pull in. And we'll do our thing. Unfortunately, the lines aren't going to follow us, which is always, you know, a little bit of an annoyance. And zigzaggy lines are going to come across. Yeah, we're going to get the sunflowers in now. Again, this is going to be an overly profitable crop. Can I get rid of that? I don't want them to keep coming back up. We don't need that. Just try and find this. I'm all out of sorts. This mod thing has thrown me a little bit. Not gonna lie. It's just one of those things, though. So it's what you have to live with it when working with mods. Is just a thing. It's just a thing. I removed the last 2 mods that I had installed, although none of them were anything to do with stores or sorting or anything like that. I have removed them, and it hasn't made any difference. Obviously, this map hasn't had an update. I don't believe there's been a game update that's caused the issue, but it may well be. There's got to be something. Something. It doesn't just sort of happen. There's a reason for it. Well, let's. There we go. I always turn the sensor on. I've said before, I'm not sure if it makes any difference whilst doing it with the soil, because it reads off the green leaves, so it's really for, I think, when you're spraying, but I do tend to keep it on just to check, see if it makes a difference. Now, I am hoping that I will get this done, and we'll have enough time to even move on to another job in another field. I'm recording this. This is the 3rd day of recording this episode, so length of time I haven't got a clue about with regards to how things are going at the minute. I think I've cut that a bit short. We'll see. So yeah, this might be a really strange episode. I find that I do like to record in one recording, even if it's like a 4 or 5 hour, 6 hour recording session. I like to do that, but it's just not possible at the minute, especially with the jobs I'm doing. Like trying to get rid of all that logging. That was like a day and a half of me just doing that off screen. Then, you know, the 3 cultivations. I was hoping to have a crop sale to sort of fill in and do, which would have been a little bit quicker, but that's why we then went and did the forestry instead. So just trying to work with what we can. Lower that there, that'll be fine. Yeah, we're making progress. The farm is progressing. This is another new crop that we're going to be putting in now. The veggie crops, that will be another new crop going in, and like I say, I think I'm going to go with green beans. We'll obviously have to do all of them eventually, but green beans I think could be a fun one to do. And that's a crop that you bring in and you sell directly anyway. We don't need to worry about storing or keeping that. That has to be gone off and sold. Then green beans and your peas are what you do, don't you? I think like you get advertisers within 2 hours from harvest to freezer, so gotta get them in quick. We're about halfway through the planting session and it's time for new seeds. It's going alright. I've had to put the lines back on. I don't like the lines. I have had to put the lines back on mainly because the GPS wanted to keep going to the headlands rather than the up and down rows, so I could see where it was snapping then, at least. Yeah, it's going alright. It was now 3 o'clock. It was gone 11 when we started, so we're making good time, I think. Just get it rotated in. There we are. Lovely. This one we already opened, I think. This one's already been partial. Still can't fit it all in though. It's got a little bit left, just a little bit of seed. So keep back over there. Oh, I've still got it running. Let's turn it off. Just pumping out seed. No wonder I'm running out. This field is a little bit finicky. I'm not a fan of it. We might have to take out some more trees up here just so I can make it manageable. I think if it was maybe a little bit longer, it wouldn't feel so bad. But because it's quite a short field and an awkward shape and on some hills, it just makes it a lot of work. Plus the funny angle that we're working out with our rows. Right, so we've got to find where it was, because I think I was part way down the row when I ran out of seed. Yeah, getting there. Having a pleasant time of it. Just got the little awkward bit down the bottom to do, and then the triple headland. So I shall once again just get back on with it. No fuss. I'd like to... Oh, dear. I would like to do some other work, but it looks like it's going to hail. I don't know what time that is. Shall we have a quick look? When's the hail due? This has got on the old... Oh, 7 o'clock. Okay, well, we'll be done by then because it'll be dark. So yeah, I shall... I'll keep cracking on, get it done. I don't think I'll need to refill for more seed. I think we should be able to get through the rest of the field without it. I'll just be here doing my thing. It's just gone 5 o'clock. We're on our final headland for our sunflowers. Now, sunflowers don't require rolling per se after planting, but I think I'd like to roll this just so I can get them stones back in the ground. Eventually I'm going to have to get a stone picker because I keep rolling stones back in. They're eventually going to come up big. Or do I wait? Because I think after sunflowers you have to plough again. So if I plough it again, it's going to bring up more stones. I might actually do that. It's only a little field. I might do that. So that should be us done. I'll bring that up. Fold it up. Now I think I want to cycle through on here while we're here. Bottom right hand corner. I'll turn it off anyway. There we go. Soybeans, sugar beet, cotton, green beans. So I can plant my green beans with this, but that is a big field that I will put green beans in. So I may look to get a larger planter. We'll keep the small planter in the same way that we're keeping the small seeder, just because they're easier to use on these tighter, smaller fields, because there's going to be some tighter and some smaller fields. It's just easier to do them rather than trying to pull the the larger bits of machinery around behind us. So yeah, I might do that. We haven't touched on it, but financially we're doing quite well. 888,000. All the trees are cleared in that area, and once again I can see even more dead trees now turning up. Every winter we get more dead trees. Oh dear. So many of them. And they're always the ones that I want to leave. Like in the trees where I was cutting and getting rid of them, very few dead trees. The ones around the edge where I wanted to keep them as like my show trees keep dying. So I figured I'd get an early night, and it was raining when we got up, so I went back to bed. It stopped raining now. Dear oh dear. Yep, not got a lot else to do really for this month. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to do some purchases. And as it was pointed out to me, we really want to get started on the dairy cows, because it takes a while for them to really start to produce and do their things. And there's also a few other bits I'd like to buy for the farm. So we are going to jump into build mode. I think round the back here, we're going to get some containers. Now, they're not massive. They will hold 27,000. I think we could get... That holds 54,000. Well, that might work, actually. Yeah, I might go with that, providing that they hold the same materials. That's the thing. I know that the other ones hold what I want. I want snapping on, just so it rotates nice and square for me. Please and thank you. I'm going to put one here. I'll have a second one. Do they look in line? I think they are. There. So then if I quickly run around one of them. So seed, mineral feed. Oh, seed and mineral feed. That's all I can put in them. So we won't use them. We will sell them and we'll make a little loss there, unfortunately. Sell it. That is a shame. So we could get a regular lime station, I guess. Holds a little bit more. But I do like the Unia ones. So I'm going to get them, and I know that they hold everything I want. So 1, 2. I might get one of these for mineral feed, possibly for on the dairy farm. But we should we have all that extra money in it? Extra money? What's that? So in here we can do everything, I think. So I want one for lime. That's going to cost us 6 grand, or 6.5 grand. So that one's filled with lime, and this one I'm just going to stick some fertilizer in. Solid. That's going to cost us nearly 50 grand. But that might be easier just to do the top-ups down this end. We'll still have bags and stuff. I'm still going to keep bags up the other end of the farm. We'll still have some here, because I might like to take them out. But when we're heading out, that's a good way of doing a top-up. And then I can have a trailer that's going to be like my field tender trailer. And that'll have all the extras on it. I am considering changing this as well, because I like the shed. I like the look of this shed. I like the old style. I hate these red things. I just hate them. And I'd like to be able to walk in there. I have been looking at 2 that could fill that space and do the same job for me. So that might come. But yeah, if I go here, because like I say, it was brought up that we really want to be taking a good look at getting our cows down. So what we're going to go with is our custom fence cow barn. It's not cheap. Well, it's not too bad. It's 80 grand. 250 cows to start with. Go to load in. I want to have it. Is that snapping? There we go. Let's try and get this sort of flat without us having to do too much to start with, so it doesn't sort of eat into the land too much. Maybe there like that. Right, I do want to customize my fence. And I want to make it bloody massive if I can. Please and thank you. Right, so it's going to come probably out as far as that. That looks pretty straight. Okay. And then I want it to... Oh, it's not owned by me. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to go along the land that I've cut. That's how I know where I can go, won't it? So if we come down... Go along here. Where are we in relation? Blah, blah, blah. Cancel. No, don't cancel. How do we undo the last bit? H. There we go. Because I need to come in. Oh, that's done that. Look at that. Okay. Not a fan of that. Hopefully. Let it's in. There we go. Right, meadow, yes please. Now I want to put down a I've been sitting here for quite a while now. Trying to figure this out. Put a manure heap down. I think on this side. But I think the terrain is just gonna go a little bit Tiswas again, so let's just try. I can change the shape. Right, I want this to come out same level, and then I can sort it out afterwards again. It's a very hilly terrain. It doesn't look pretty now. It probably won't look pretty after. I always say I'm just not very good at this terrain stuff. I never get it right. So let's try extension. And I want quite a sizable one. So 500,000 litres seems the way to go. Corner one, maybe? No, that'll go one like that. Right, so that should not, look at all that land we've got, that shouldn't drop anywhere, should it? So if I pop it like so, that should be fine. Thank you very much. That's so nervous. Right, and then what I want to do while we're in here as well, and then I'll do all the tidying up afterwards, is get another container. And I was going to put one of these down for mineral feed, and I'll pop it. Don't want to get it too close and mess up with anything else that might be about, you see. I'll pop it there. I'm happy with that, that's fine. And then, oh, we're doing for money, 5, 5, right. So then here, I've leveled it out a little bit more, and I'm going to pop down, hopefully, without too much issue, the precast British style bunker. I should go there. Lovely, lovely. And then just opposite, I've cut out another little bit, another little bit of land, and we're going to pop down the MA7's Vologna shed, because I think that sort of fits in quite nicely. Hopefully, yeah, that'll be fine. Right, I'm going to try and sort this terrain out. So we'll go for a little walk down, slowly coming up. We'll do something more once I can get some trees and put down. I mean, there is a pack that you can like put as placeable trees that don't count towards the tree count, but you can't cut them down. They're like bought and stuck down. So that could be a route that I go down. Yeah, but with this one, I can park my machinery in here when it's not full. Still got a little bit of a hump there, but that should be alright. Plenty of room, get through there, around the back of the house, onto the road. Plenty of room to turn a wheel loader around here. Get in and out, we hope. Looking lovely. Let's jump over. Our slurry we can collect there. So we'll build this now. Oh, we won't. Yeah, we'll put some in there. It's gonna be expensive, isn't it? There we go. Oh, we've got some mineral feed. We can do more silage here. Milk will collect here. So with our massive, massive pasture, how many cows can we get? 905. That's what we're talking about. Are there actually any good ones? Well, we'll stick her in there because I'll tell you what, we'll buy our first lot this way. We'll have that as the bull. Because then once there's cows in here, our trailer recognises it, doesn't it? So we'll have Kirby as well. He's alright. I know we probably shouldn't keep them all in here at the same time, but we're going to have more bulls than cows for a little bit. It's not a bad little young one. Not a lot going on. We're not going to put buffalo in here. Buffalo can go somewhere else. I don't want all these. I want to make sure we've got milking cows as well. You should be able to milk all of them, to be fair. Milk production is high, so yeah, you can. It's a cow, of course you can milk it. But you just get better meat off it, I think. So we shall buy the selected cows. And that's going to cost 10 grand for 7 cows. We're quite lucky we can see them. So if we come through, at the minute it's not showing any meadow or anything like that. Open that up again. Close. Right, I'll do it from the middle. I should know. Played around with these mods long enough while they're in production. Yeah. Right, so what I'll do is I'll just get some bales in for now. To sort my bales out, I'm going to get the Vermeer. I quite like this, so I'm going to buy this one. It's going to cost us nearly 30,000. Then we'll get ourselves a decent size Anderson feeder wagon. Empties on both sides. Again, that's going to be another 50 grand. And I'm going to get a Robert bale spike for the telehandler for the Merlot as well. Because we don't have a bale spike, we just got a bucket for it. So we're heading back to start with the bale shredder and our bike, because I think we'll be able to just get some feed in. Now, it would be nice, obviously, if I mixed up some TMR. Well, I've got the bucket, I just haven't got like a silage fork and a manure fork, but we've got the bucket, so we'll see. I might do that. I might just do that off screen afterwards and just have some mixed up and ready. Save a little of the kerfuffling. So, got to try and remember how to do this as well now. No, not that one. I want to be. No. Gonna have a lot of things attached, aren't I? So it's gonna cause me issues. Annoyingly, I'm opening the Merlot instead of unfolding the Vermeer, so we're gonna detach the Vermeer and we'll put that on the back. Put a chatter. Let's get rid of that for now. Go on the Challenger. Hopefully that'll work fine with that. No, me, I'll spend all this money and then I'll just end up struggling with it. Right. Even that still doesn't... Is that on? It is, so... Do I need to reduce the sensitivity of my mouse a little bit, I think, just to give me room to do it? Ah, what about... So it's not on the stick either, which is annoying. Yeah, I don't like that. Didn't used to have this issue with it before. Anywho, I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it. So I want straw. I'll just do the one for now. Right. Now, pretty certain. Actually, I'm not certain now. Yeah, I don't think that's going to pick that up, is it? This is going to be a disaster if it's not already. Should just pop it in with the spike, can I? I used the Vermeer in 22 and I liked it because it wasn't that finicky. I feel like that's being finicky, but I also think the controls are a bit too sensitive for it. Got a feeling my bail might be too big. Oh no, it's perfect. At least something's worked. I need to pop a little track in here. Oh no, I drove through the drop off. Take two. Right, giving it a wide berth this time. See if we can get it to go in for us. There we go. Yeah, as I was saying, comedy of errors. Need to put a track in here as well, just a little one, so we can come through straight into here. It's been a while since I used these lovely cow barn. I'm hoping our fence is going to correct itself, or is it alright? No, it's not. I'm hoping our fence is going to correct itself. Now it comes now on the right hand side. So I think, unless he changed it, I think it goes here. There we are. So put some straw in. And I assume that we can feed our hay bale in for now with the straw blower. I can't remember if I need to face a particular direction for this. I may need to. Now there was me thinking, ooh, issue. Issue is once again me. This is just a straw shredder. It doesn't do hay bales. It doesn't even register that there's hay in there. So I'm going to whip this round, and we'll go and collect the feed wagon. We'll chuck it in there. Well, I might even be able to unpack this, be naughty, and just roll it in. Yeah, there it goes. Bale in. Right. I will try and remember all this, so that every episode isn't an absolute disaster. Can I please raise it up? Come on. This might be a return job. As much as I like this, it is... the fact that it won't work on my stick is a little bit annoying. I might have to look and see if I can go in and remap it. If I can't remap it, we'll just get a regular straw blower, unfortunately. Because I hate having to do things on the mouse, because you end up just doing that with the camera the whole time. So I'm just going to take the second bale over with the Merlot. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. I can do simple. Simple farming. That's all I know. And this will be 80% of health with just hay, so that'll be fine for a day while I spend a bit of time. Mix them up some TMR. There we are. So I've got 18,000 litres. That should be fine for a little bit. Got more rain incoming as well. I just have to remember to check regularly to see if there's any healthy cows worth purchasing. But they are fed and bedded. Be alright for a couple of days. There's only like 9 of them in there, I think, isn't there? If that, if that. But we're now starred up dairy farm. This I might have to. There's this sort of stuff that annoy me. It's attached to the terrain. Just follow the terrain when you move the terrain. That would make that so much simpler. It's like you can't really fix that unless it snaps as you come in and come out again. So that's annoying. Might have to just raise a bit of terrain there. Again, that'll be an off-screen fiddle because I've already fiddled about enough with stuff that's not gone well and gone right. Seems to be the theme whenever I introduce a new animal pen or animals at the end of an episode. It seems to go wrong. Just do the farming, mate. Just do the farming. Leave the animals be in future. Yeah, we're going to put a little track in here at some point. We'll park this up. So I'm trying to think what else we're going to need to buy. I really should get a little manure fork, shouldn't I? Should have left the spike somewhere else. We'll just park here for now. We're just going to leave the machinery littered around the farm, I think, today. Just because it's not going well. I don't remember if I turned the engine off in the Challenger. It's parked around the back here. Yeah, on 19, I had no issues with this. Just lowered it, scooped up the bales. You can fit 2 of them in there side by side. They do need to be on end or on the round side to scoop them up. The sheep, even though there's quite a few of them now, 62. Even though we've got 62 sheep, they are not taking much out of the bale again because their meadow is so big. Which is nice. All coming along quite well. Not good lighting there, is it? Why not? Why not just have bad lighting as well as bad skills? But on that, I've transformed into a lady. Why not? It's 2025. Let's let's just become a lady out of nowhere. Oh dear, excellent. I've got nothing against becoming a lady. Why not? Okay, Mrs. Farquhar is who we are. Eddie Wars, what is with this game? But with that, on that bombshell, as they say, that's going to be it for this episode. I don't know, you might have enjoyed it, you might not even made it this far. What a disaster at the end. We've got our sunflowers in. My other fields are cultivated. They are ready for veggie crops. They are ready for green beans. That's not until April. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time fanning around, maybe fine-tuning the machinery, I think. Fine-tuning what machinery I've got. Needs to be better. It needs to be more efficient. I can't be having that palaver every time. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed it. Got a cow set up. That was a big thing as well for this one. So yeah, doing all right. If you have enjoyed it, or found it amusing, or stressful, give it a big fat thumbs up down below. If you're new to the channel, yes, it's always like this. Is what we do. Consider subscribing. Drop a comment down below. You know, I've raised many issues throughout this episode with regards to machinery, store, things disappearing, things going under map, my troubles and woes. Let me know what you think about it down there. Massive thank you to the channel members for supporting me and putting up with this crap. You guys are awesome. If you want to try and support me yourselves, you can. Hit the join button down below. Membership starts from 99 pence. Ultimately, you guys have a wonderful day, and hopefully, I will see you again soon in my new feminine form. Bye-bye.